this webinar course for you for JV-300plus, CJV-300plus, CGFX2+, and SWJ320EA technical service webinar. Before we start webinar, please please mute your mic off so you can hopefully clearly listen to my voice without any obstructions. Today's webinar, we are planning for 30 minutes. First 20 minutes for our core product in the market, JV-300plus series. Other 10 minutes for SWJ320EA model, talking about what's new technologies. Before we start our webinar, I'd like to share our target as a Mimaki Australia's service network. Today's goal is first, understanding what's coming as a minor model change upgrade. Second, being able to talk with customer what changed. As this product minor change is more like a field upgrade for the new order of the machine. So rather than sales department, sales people, service people will be seeing the machine plus model series in front of the customer installing. So I'd like Mimaki service network to be able to talk with customer in front of them, what has been changed, properly let them understand. Third, I'd like to add a little value on what you already knew about Mimaki. Today's webinar, because time is limited, I'd like to go through my presentation. Individual question and answer will be taken after course by email. So you are more than welcome to send me by email and calling our office, calling my mobile to discuss about what's more. Let's start. This page shows you how the Plus series looks different from the previous model to new model. JV-300plus looks like more black outfit covers and one stripe line across on the front cover. CJV-300plus series has one line of a purple stripe on the cover. So this is clearly saying this is a minor change upgrade. What has been changed are listed as 7 items, 6 plus other small changes. ID card, SS21 600 milliliter ink pack, Ethernet support, maps was changed from 3 to 4, media weight up to 45 kilograms, cut pressure is up to 500 grams for only CGFX2+. So today, I'd like to mention mainly 3 things as a technical perspective, what has been changed. ID card and SS21 ink pack and maps. First, supporting ID card. The benefit of ID card is saving labor cost and efficient print and cut with ID card function. On the left-hand side of the slide, it shows how the print and cut work previously, which customer operator can only print cut 1, 2, 3 different image, and when it goes to cut, you need to go back to computer to send individual job through rastering or fine cut. So the operator always needs to attend in order to do continuous print, continuous cut job. But by supporting ID cut function, adding an ID barcode on the print, with a cutting plotter side, CJV-300 cutter and CGFX2 cutter, it automatically detects ID and continuously for any continuous job, 1, 2, and 3. So you can do perfectly unattended cutting job. After printing numerous different jobs, you don't need to have an operator to go back to a computer every single time. So this is the basically biggest benefit of ID cut function. Just clearly explaining about how ID cut work in a two different way. One is using two software, Fine Cut and Rastering Plus. Second is using only Rastering 6 Plus. As always, Mimaki offer more than two ways doing one job, whichever has advantage and disadvantage. Using Fine Cut and Rastering 6 on the left-hand side, advantage is you can choose more than two cutting pressure on one job as a separate layer and adding an optional like auto seat cut and so on. However, you need to keep operating two different software to the ID cut. On the right-hand side, not using Fine Cut, you can only operate only one single software, Rastering 6. However, you cannot use a benefit from Fine Cut 9, setting sorry. The second difference is supporting SS21 600ml ink pack. Instead of using 440cc ink cartridge of SS21, we changed the platform to SS21 600ml ink pack. By not using a plastic cartridge, but using 600ml ink pack comes with aluminum pouch, we are able to reduce the ink cost about 4%. We are still working on the pricing, but a minimum of 4% of reduction to support the running cost reduction for our customer. Please look at the eco case on the photo. Every single printer plus model will come with the 8 pieces of a reusable plastic case named eco case, eco cartridge. So at the installation, you are required to install aluminum pouch into individual cartridge, put the ink name sticker and the color sticker onto the cartridge to complete installation. This eco cartridge does not have a built-in end detection board sensor. So the end user operator is required to have a weight scale, and printer sometimes ask operator to weight the eco case weight, including ink pouch level, in order to register in order to update the ink remaining amount into the printer for end detection control. The third main difference is differences between MAPS 3 and MAPS 4. On previous model, JV-300 and CJV-300 has a function called Mimaki Advanced Pass System number 3, and it's changed to version 4 with a plus model. What it's changed mainly is the quality of the printing is improved on the more print condition. I will show in next page what has been changed. Also, reduction of the burden of version upgrade. So previously, because MAP3 control was built into the raster link and profile management. So every time there is a new maps pattern, a new print condition is released, you are required to upgrade Mimaki driver, firmware, and RIP software raster link at the same time to control a latest version. MAP3, MAP4 is totally built into machine firmware, hardware side. What's benefit is without using Mimaki raster link, you can also use Ergo, excuse me, ErgoSoft, Wasatch, Onyx, SA International, Flex, Sign, Caldera, these software. Sorry for inconvenience. All right, let me continue. MAP4 is built into the hardware, the printer side. So you are not required to upgrade the Mimaki driver at the same time, but only firmware on the printer and rastering software. Also, since MAP4 is built into a printer, while you are using other vendor software like Wasatch, Onyx, ErgoSoft, Caldera, SA International, Flex Science, MAP4 also works by printing with their software. The next page is showing the print condition and resolution, which MAP4 works. MAP4 does not work with the minimum number of the paths in each resolution, 720 dpi for 4 paths, 1080 dpi for 6 paths, such a lowest path mode, but it all works except for this path mode. So this is very limited print condition, which the maps doesn't work comparing to MAP3. Next page explains how the quality looks different between the high-speed mode on JV-300 and JV-CJV300plus. The photo is printing by 720 dpi in 6 paths. So 6 pass 720 dpi, MAP3 did not work on JV-300. So you still see the color differences in a solid color. But while printing JV-300plus in the same board, you can see the banding is really reducing. So this is a benefit of MAP4. Regards to other changes, SB53, which is sublimation 53 ink, is no longer supported because we have been promoting SB54 ink for 4 years now with a high color production and reliability and economical comparing to SB53. And we prove the quality and stability of the ink already. So we are trying to change the supporting ink for the next version. In case if existing JV-300 customized using sublimation 53 and requires a color matching, we also support the color emulation with Mimaki Target Color Emulator software, which is available in the market. And you can work on a color matching between 2 different inks. In the next 4 pages, I will quickly show what's the benefit of SS21 comparing to our competitors. Remember, this information is strictly confidential. Please do not share the screenshot and document with outside of your business. Roland VG2 has released orange ink from last year. Mimaki has been selling SS21 ink orange color for 5 years now. The Mimaki orange ink supports a Pantone coverage close to 95%, which is more than what Roland does. Comparing the print condition, you can see it's a 20% faster in similar print quality. Looking at the pricing, you can see more than 30% of cost differences. So we are trying to promote still JV-300 series is very beneficial for a customer. Next page is explaining differences between JV-300, SS21, and Epson, the newest SureColor solvent printer. Because Epson SureColor solvent printer support also red color as a process color, Pantone coverage is more than what Mimaki support. However, looking at the price point for the customer's investment, price is almost $10,000 difference between Epson SureColor and Mimaki JV-300. So if customer really wants Pantone coverage, there is still a customer who would like to get Epson SureColor quality and color. However, we have a benefit of the initial investment and the cost of the ink because we use less the ink amount in order to get the same color. The chart we are showing is differences in outdoor durability from ISO standard testing, comparing between 3 manufacturers, Mimaki SS21, Epson SureColor ink, and Roland Turbis ink. Mimaki has Mimaki SS21 is the strongest ink for the outdoor durability. Please remember that this chart is only testing 4-color mode, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And this is not a guaranteed condition. So please do your test with customer before doing volume production. This is the last exercise for SS21 ink performance. Differences of the reflection density are basically ink density. Comparing JV-300 SS21, JV-CJV300 LES170, Epson SureColor solvent ink, and Roland Turbis solvent ink. The biggest benefit with Mimaki JV-300 ink and JV-300 ink is the density of black. So by having a density of the black, the printer can also support with a very productive printing condition for better contrast backlit printing application. So doing a light box, color vinyl box, you can really see the the more density on the ink with the same productivity.